There's no question that we have a crisis at our southern border. The question is, how much of it is manufactured? Another question is, what do we do? Authorities found the body of what they believe is an 11-year-old girl from Guatemala who has been dead for a couple of weeks. You might have heard the reports about mass graves with illegal immigrants, various body parts put in a mass grave in Texas. And Sheriff Joe, who you might have heard of, saying that the military should get involved. Or people saying, why aren't we putting these people on a plane? And I understand. I understand why some people are making off-the-cuff comments. And I believe that we need to have a fence there. I do. And there could have been one built, there could have been two built, there probably could have been 10 built with the years of dawdling that's gone on. And we see now major businesses in America are really pressing for amnesty. They're calling it immigration reform, but they want amnesty. And the reason is because they want to be able to hire these workers legally on the cheap. That's why, okay? So once again, we see our corporate overlords making decisions or pushing for decisions that are going to impact the rest of us. As we watch this unfold, and as we beg our elected officials to deal with this crisis, including putting up a fence, we need to retain our human compassion. We need to retain our fear and love of God and our love of our neighbor. The vast majority of these people that are coming over, that are pouring over the border, are simply coming to try and get work. Some of them are trying to be reunited with family members, and some of them want to be here because they know that they're going to get free education, free health care. Some of them are going to get food stamps, etc. And they are trying to escape pretty difficult situations in their home country. So there has to be a part of us, I contend, that remembers the words of our Lord Jesus in Matthew chapter 25, when he sits on his throne for judgment and he separates the sheep from the goats. Remember that. The nations, the sheep are the ones that are on his right. They're the good guys. The goats are the ones on his left, the bad guys, who he sends to hell because of the way they treated those that were in need, those that were in prison, those that were hungry. I was hungry and you fed me, he said to the sheep. I was hungry and you didn't feed me, he said to the goats. I was naked and you clothed me, he said to the sheep. I was naked and you did not clothe me, he says to the goats. And then both of them are surprised. Lord, when did we see you when we took care of you? Or when did we see you when we didn't take care of you? Inasmuch as you did it to these, the least of my brothers and sisters, you did it to me. And the vast majority of the people coming over the border are baptized Christians, okay? Some of them are devout, some of them are not devout. Kind of a snapshot of American churches, don't you think? So, whatever evils the Obama administration is doing, and whatever crisis they are manufacturing, which they are, okay, we still have to retain a sense of love and respect for these people who are coming here, because they are made in the image of God, and they are Christ's brothers and sisters. And you might say, well, but they're breaking the law. Yes, they are, okay? They're coming into the country illegally. I get it. That's why I think we do need to have a fence. But the fact of the matter is that between the Bush administration and the Obama administration, they have left the border basically undefended. They have allowed 12 or 13 million illegal immigrants to come in, and now they're here. We've been overrun, okay? And we don't have the manpower and the resources to send them back. So now the issue is, how do we deal with this in such a way that does not completely unravel the republic? One thing I am for sure of, maybe we work out a way that they can stay here legally. Don't give them voting rights. Don't give them voting rights. Because if we do, then the left-wing, Democrat, socialist plantation will be able to maintain control of this country for the rest of our lives.